Hello everybody and welcome back to Games for Dads, and it's time for another amazing top 10 points per turn cards. That is what we're going to look at today, and as always I'm sure people won't agree 100% with our list, but do leave us a comment and tell us what you think should or shouldn't be in the top 10. So let's get straight on in. Number 10 in our points per turn cards goes to Avicenna, 7 for 45. Quite a new card, this one. Limited legendary. If your deck is exactly one philosophy card, gain +6 permanently and repeat for Watching the Skies and Mega Math. If you are building a points per turn card, that is super powerful. You can get up to 6, 12, 18 points permanently. But you do need those 3 cards in there. But you can still build a super deck. So number 10 goes to Avicenna. I guess that's how you say it. Number 9, good old favourite, Tungsten. I love this card. It's an epic limited, 5 for 46. On the return, gain +14 power and lose -1 energy permanently. Not too bad. The energy is a little bit of a problem sometimes, but as a permanent points per turn card, that is absolutely amazing. Definitely deserves to be in our top 10, and he makes the charts at number 9. That's Tungsten. Really cool picture as well. Okay, number 8 goes to Francis Crick. You should all know this one. Number 8 is points per turn cards. He is a legendary, just a normal legendary, 6 for 35. On the draw, you lose 1 energy permanently, but you gain 16 power permanently. Super powerful, really, and he will build up your points really nicely. So that's Francis Crick. He makes our chart at number 8. Okay, let's move on to number 7. Let's have a look at what number 7 is in our top 10. It goes to Diamonds, girl's best friend. Everybody loves a diamond. 5 for 12. On the return, gain +12 power permanently. That's it. Absolutely awesome card, that one. He is a limited legendary. He is quite difficult to get as well, but if you can track him down, he is great. Works in pretty much every points per turn deck. That is Diamonds, 5 for 12. Pretty good as well. Okay, let's move on to number 6 in our points per turn cards. We did one of these countdowns quite a while ago, but anyhow, this is the updated one. Number 6 goes to Coom C Star. Okay, this is an points per turn. Well, it kind of is really, but it's included because on the start, your opponent loses -3 power permanently. And he is great because it's a start card. So it's points per turn. It's just like negative points for your opponent. Absolutely amazing card. And if you are going to hold a couple of cards, he is one of the ones you should be looking for. And if you get him nice and early, you are going to do some serious damage. Moving on then, let's have a look at number 5. Another similar card, 4 for 40, the Great Smuggler London. This one's even better. On the start, if your deck contains coal, your opponent loses -5 power permanently. Or sorry, not permanently, until this is returned to your deck. So again, hold Great Smuggler London as long as you can. You can play him right at the very end if you want to. But every single turn at the start, your opponent is going to lose -5. So he makes our chart at number 5. I do love the Great Smuggler London. And when I am playing a points per turn, I try and include him. Number 4, Indigo Milkcap. So a bit of a weird one, this one, but he is kind of a points per turn card. On the draw, gain +25 power until this card is returned to your deck. So if you hold it, you're just going to get that 25 permanently. But also, if you've got a couple of other start cards, then he's really useful because on the return, you should know this. If it's after round 2, turn 2, a random card in both players' hand locks permanently. And if it's after round 2, turn 2, a random card in both players' hand locks this round. So the tactic here is to get 2 of those start cards, either Smog or Seacomb, or one that we're going to show you in a minute. And hopefully Indigo will lock that up and lock one of your opponent's good cards up. But if you don't want to do that, just hold it and you get 25 power permanently. Pretty useful card, or not permanently, but until you return him to your deck. So that is Indigo Milkcap. Do love that one. Number 3, the Snow Queen, 7 for 44, limited epic. This has got a double hit and I love it. On the play, if it's the last turn of a round, so you've got to make sure you get your churn sorted out properly, gain plus 10 power permanently, and give your opponent minus 10 power permanently. So basically, it's worth 20 points permanently per turn. So absolutely amazing if you can get your rotation right and get him out a couple of times. He is absolutely, or she, I should say, is absolutely amazing. That's the Snow Queen. Number 2, no surprise, I guess, for this one, Lich. Amazing card, really. It does quite a few things here. Listen to this. On the draw, if you're trailing by 50 or more, gain plus 10 power permanently. So that's on the draw. On the play, if you have lost at least one round this game, and normally you do lose a couple of rounds with points per turn, gain plus 10 permanently. And on the return, if you lost a turn, gain another plus 10 permanently. So if you're lucky, you can get 30 points permanently from Lich. He is absolutely amazing card, and I would recommend putting him in every single points per turn deck if you can. So before we go on to number 1, if you can't guess what number 1 is, hang around. Let's have a look at a few honourable mentions. There's quite a few of these because there are a lot of good points per turn cards now. So let's go and check out some of those honourable mentions. Just before we do, there is a points per turn video. Do check that one out. We've got an amazing deck. I think it's a ramp deck. You will find it somewhere in the playlist. Okay, let's go and have a look at those honourable mentions then. So the first honourable mention goes to Liberty Bell. So this isn't a permanent one, but it's an amazing card. It's super powerful, 7 for 76, and on the play, you gain plus 10 power for 12 turns. So that is pretty good. If you can get him around a couple of times, you are laughing. Liberty Bell, one of my favourite cards, and just missed out on the top 10. Probably could have squeezed him in really, but he is a great card. That is Liberty Bell. Definitely worth an honourable mention. Another hold card, Common Spotted Couscous. I expect a few of you might put this in the top 10. Could go in there, but there are some better cards. 1 for 6 on the start game, plus 4 permanently. And then when you lose, and this is why he didn't make the top 10, you lose minus 26 permanently. So if you do have to play him, he is a bit of a problem. But on the start, you gain plus 4 permanently. Another honourable mention goes to the Clouded Leopard. Pretty good if energy is tight. On the return, gain plus 4 power permanently and gain plus 1 energy permanently. So a little bit of both worlds there. But it is a super card, and you could probably find yourself playing that one quite a lot. It's a legendary card. But don't let that put you off. He is good. Siamese, another favourite. 4 for 42. Again, probably could have made the top 10, but didn't this time. On the draw, game plus 12 this round. So it depends when you get him out. And on the return, game plus 6 permanently. So pretty useful card. If you get him out early in the round, then he is really good. Another one, I'm not sure about this one. He's a good card. Light Emitting Diode. If your deck has 5 or more arts and culture cards, gain plus 5 permanently, and then repeat for life on land and oceans cards. The problem with this one is if you're trying to build a ramp deck, it is difficult to get all 15 points because there's not that many life on land and ocean cards that work really, really well in a ramp deck. But there we go. He is definitely worth an honourable mention. That's Light Emitting Diode. Nice card as well. Okay, we got a couple more. Joanna of Castile, 6 for 45. On the return, if you're winning the round, gain plus 13 permanently. And that's the problem with this one. You have to be winning. If it was just gain 13 on the return, then for sure Joanna would have made the top 10. But you do need to be winning. And probably at the beginning of the game, you might not be winning with a points per turn deck. Winchester Rifle is a great one. 5 for 20. On the return, gain plus 10 permanently. Love that card. That's it. Simple card, really. And it fits in pretty much any points per turn deck, and he's dead easy to get. So if you're a new player, he is one to look out for. Okay, let's go and have a look at number 1. Any surprises here? Number 1 points per turn has to go to Anubis. 3 for 20 is a level up reward card, so everybody should get this one eventually. I know it is a bit of a grind to get those XP points, but it's definitely a good target. An amazing card to have in your deck. On the return, you gain plus 20 permanently. That is phenomenal, really. If you can get Anubis out right at the beginning of the game, round 1, you are laughing because you're going to get it round 3 times. You're going to get 60 points permanently. And if you wonder why points per turn decks are so good, well, I've managed to get by round 5, just using permanent cards, 590 points per turn by round 5. I'm trying to get up to 600. We'll do a video on that deck for you because they are absolutely overpowered now. So points per turn on the right week is a game winner for you. Anyhow, that is our top 10. Like I said, I'm sure as always people have got their own ideas, maybe agree or disagree with some of these ones. Do please let me know what your top 2 or 3 cards are in the points per turn top 10. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do leave us a like. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. We've got loads more free giveaways coming thanks to Avid, and we will be back very soon with some more super cool deck reviews. But in the meantime, take care everybody, have fun, and we will see you all very soon. Bye.